Somewhere on the East Coast, deep underground in an undisclosed location, three friends get together and record Midnight Triple Feature.
Hello and welcome to episode 23 of the Midnight Triple Feature podcast. You can find us on the web at midnighttripleFeature.blogspot.com, on Twitter and Facebook at MTFeature. You can subscribe to our channels through iTunes, Stitcher Smart Radio, and YouTube, and you can send feedback and requests to midnighttripleFeature@gmail.com. For today's show, we are discussing the 1950s B-movie throwback, Attack of the Gorilla. This podcast may contain spoilers. Enjoy.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Alright, welcome to episode 23 of Midnight Triple Feature, Attack of the Gorilla. Adam's here to do that for us.
Hello.
Jeff's here. Yo. And I'm Mike. So if you want to take us in.
Alright, Attack of the Gorilla is a comedic salute to 1950s monster-on-the-loose B-movies with a modern twist. Late Night Classics presents Attack of the Gorilla. It tells the story of Anna, a young woman who discovers that an escaped gorilla is killing her friends and family. Her only hope to stop the beast is booze-hound former TV host Riggs Dearden, who once tussled with a gorilla 20 years previously. Anna enlists the help of her logical yet sarcastic boyfriend Steven, Riggs is lost in the 60s ex-wife Mimsy, and a not-quite-with-it cop officer Landis to stop the beast before it kills again. Attack of the Gorilla. So, let's go. I don't even know really where to start with it.
Yeah, me neither.
So, written and directed by Dave Shaw, who's worked on a couple of other indie projects. I looked him up on IMDb.
You know, he's got a ton of stuff under his belt. Ton.
Yeah, a lot of indie stuff, a lot of low budget stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, this isn't his first project. They had an interesting way to raise money. Before shooting began, the producers found an innovative way to raise production funding by offering executive producer credits to anyone willing to invest $20 or more. After several media outlets picked up the story, individual investors donated several $1,000s in increments ranging from $20 to $5,000. That can't be right. I thought it was $500, but either way. So basically, rather than they sort of went a crowdfunding route, but instead of typical crowdfunding, they just said, "Hey, give us $20, you get a credit." And that was it. That's how they raised a lot of their money. Just kind of like word of mouth type stuff, social media.
Yeah, no, you know what? This stuff is working out well. I've donated to a few. This crowdfunding, hey, if you can make a good movie,
yeah,
and you just don't have the funds to do it, go ahead and do this, because this is awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
And this was one of them, and you can see it worked out.
Right. So, the opening scene, did you happen to notice? As I was watching this, it clicked pretty quick, but maybe not, because I've watched this recently. The entire opening scene is a riff on this opening scene from Friday the 13th Part 2. The entire thing.
I'm watching this and I'm going, what the hell is this?
It's Friday the 13th
it felt
Part 2.
so familiar.
It's down. Okay, so her phone rings in the Friday the 13th Part 2. It's her mom or whatever. She goes into the bedroom. Then you see the clothes throw onto the bed. Yeah. Friday the 13th Part 2. Puts on a robe. Gets in the shower. The scene in Friday 2 where she pulls open the curtain and you see her face. Yeah. Friday the 13th Part 2. The gorilla doll that gets thrown through the window in Friday the 13th Part 2. It's a cat. It is.
Wow.
It is.
I watched that and I knew it was familiar.
I was watching it and I'm like, what is it? What is it? I liked that because you're doing a 50s throwback, yet you're taking your opening from an 80s slasher movie. And only something that, you have to have seen that movie a number of times to probably even recognize it. Nice little fan service there, a nice little, wink at us. Yeah. I liked the Jaws 4 reference.
Yeah.
That was fucking perfect.
That was awesome.
So basically, the plot of this, to try to explain what happens, there's a gorilla, and he's going after the family member, the descendants of the people who killed his mother or his father or something. Yeah. So the gorilla's taking revenge, and the plot of Jaws 4 is it's Jaws the child of the Jaws shark swims all the way to the Caribbean to go after the wife of the guy that
I love how they explain it, too. It's so great, dude.
He's like, when he's explaining, he's like, you remember in Jaws 4 when the shark swam down to the Caribbean? And then he's like, it's just like that.
Yeah.
like,
I love
it makes
that.
perfect sense. It's a good little, again, a nice little call out to people who have seen that movie and understand how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
So,
See, all right, so here's... So,
all right.
so, I mean, even you can see it in the previous spoiler. You can tell that this is guy in suit.
Oh, yeah.
Are they trying to play this out as guy in suit?
Yeah,
Or
I
are they
think
trying to
so.
play this out as a guy...
No.
Or as a regular gorilla?
Yeah, they're playing it out as you're supposed to believe it's a gorilla because I think when they made these movies back in the 50s, you were supposed to believe it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
But they take the head of the gorilla and they put it in the fridge. And then the gorilla
Sure.
kills the lady while the head's in the fridge.
Like, I thought, no, you know what that head was? You know why? So, you know that, now that you say it, didn't occur to me till just now. This is why this is actually kind of brilliant, right? Okay. I'm gonna tell you why this is brilliant. So, the whole plot of the movie is that the gorilla is taking revenge on the people, the descendants of the people who killed their parents, right? Or mother.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th Part 2, in the scene with the fridge, it's Jason's mom's head that's in the fridge.
Oh my god,
it's,
yeah!
It's
That's
the
what
head.
it is!
It's the head of the parent. It's the
That's
gorilla's
awesome.
parent's head. That's what's
Wow.
in the fridge. Holy shit! I just got. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, now it's pointed out, that's
Holy
what it
shit,
is.
That's what it is.
It's the head. Wow.
Isn't that fucking brilliant? Because they
That's
don't bring
brilliant.
that up till later, and they tie that whole thing back using that entire scene. Like they didn't change anything about this.
No, they didn't.
And the only way you would know that that's the gorilla's mother's head is if you saw Friday the 13th Part 2 and made that fucking
That's
reference.
awesome, dude.
Wow.
That's good.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that the whole movie. I'm like, why the fuck did I see
That's
the
what
head
it
in the
is.
fridge?
It's the parent head.
It is?
Wow. Wow. All right. So obviously the movie's a comedy. It's set modern time, but everybody acts, or at least half the characters act like they're in the 50s.
Well, they do make a reference to that.
Do they? I missed that.
All right, so there's a part where so there's a guy and a girl in the movie,
Yeah.
and they team up to go find this gorilla. And
Right.
the boyfriend of one of the victims is standing there with the cop, and he turns to the cop and goes, "This is set in modern day, right?"
Oh yeah.
And the cop goes, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "Because what is with the 50s style of these two here?" So they're acting like they're in a 50s movie,
Holy shit, yeah.
but it's actually set in present time.
Oh my god.
It's fucking hilarious the way that happens. It's really good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't even know how we, other than talk about like this, the fact that there's scenes that are really funny though. I can only imagine there's probably a ton more references in here that we probably missed.
There probably is.
But all I could really say is, it's worth watching. Like, I don't know how else to review it because it's not good. Like, it's intentionally bad. At the end of the credits, they thank Ed Wood and they thank Roger Corman and a few other people.
Yeah.
So, like, they're making Plan 9 from outer space. Like, they're trying to do that, and I actually think they succeed pretty well. The only place, maybe, is I think they should have just gone full out and tried to set this thing in, like, the 50s. I think that would have been funny, especially if they put the Jaws 4 references and it was supposed to be in the 50s.
Yeah, but then when you take
Probably
something and you could try to make it old
Yeah,
school,
I know.
it takes more money because now you got to get, you got to deck out the set. You
Well, I
gotta buy
figured
props.
I figured that they did it, with the characters halfway, and you probably could have fudged it, but...
I mean, this here takes place in two places.
Yeah.
It literally takes place
Two
inside the
places,
house
right.
the whole time.
You probably
That's
would have
true.
lost some of your comedy from
Yeah.
it too.
I mean, it is funny that, like, the people keep moving into the house. Like,
Yeah.
one person moves out, and they're like, oh, the gorilla. And the gorilla... At first, I thought the gorilla was just trying to have sex with him, but obviously the gorilla was trying to murder him. But
All right, no, one of the best. This is fucking hilarious. So the cop, these people come. So somebody gets killed in the house, and then these people come back to the house and go, "Oh," after the second person's killed, goes, "Oh, you brought the body back to the house," and he goes, "Oh, I wanted to see if they were the same length." And then I mean, it's even down to the part where there's you keep seeing the same plant. There's a plant in a window.
And
right?
there's one point where the gorilla fucks it.
So the fucking gorilla is dry humping the shit out of this plant. And then about 5 minutes later, all this other shit's going down. There's 2 chicks standing in front of the plant. And one chick's like, what is this stuff on the plant? She eats it.
Yeah, doesn't she say, like, is this a hair tree or something?
She's like, is this a hair
Yeah,
tree?
she starts eating the fucking
and then this
hair.
other chick comes in the room and then puts it in her mouth and goes, I think it is hair. Like, it's just so fucking hilarious the way they do this.
I don't know. I can't, again, besides just discussing individual scenes, which we've been doing, I can't review it in a typical sense, because there's nothing, the acting is bad, but it's
meant
supposed to be bad.
It's supposed to be bad.
So it all works. All of it, all the acting for me worked.
Right down to the dude's daughter.
Yeah, that was great. And that
was
wasn't even
fucking
really his
hilarious.
daughter, which is even funnier.
What's that?
His daughter's name really is apparently Trudy Shaw.
Yeah, but that's not her.
And that's not her.
No.
He had someone else play his daughter.
I'll see you in Shark 3D. Go Shark 3D. Go Shark 3D. That was fucking hilarious, dude.
I was like, so you're gonna put your
Because
daughter
he didn't
in?
even do that movie.
I know. I
He never even did it.
I was like, all right, so was this dude did Ghost Shark? I'm like, oh, IMDb. No, he
That's
didn't
exactly what I
he
did.
didn't do
I'm
Ghost
like,
Shark.
I don't think this was the guy who did that. So I went and looked it up, and it's not even the same fucking guy.
Holy fuck.
Oh,
Jeff's like, oh man, I wish I watched
yeah,
it.
Jeff's like,
I am. I'm really disappointed. I should.
Jeff's like, why did I fall asleep?
No, I said. I was telling Adam. I said before I said to myself, maybe I should rent Attack of the Gorilla. I regret it.
Oh man. Hey, you know what? Well, it's what, $3?
I am gonna watch it.
Go on. You got the information on the account. You go on. Well,
Yep.
you don't have anything linked to it, so you can.
No,
if you
I
rent
didn't
it,
save my credit card
yeah,
information.
you go rent it for $3. I'll give
Yeah,
you
I
a. I'll write you in on the next show. I'll give you a fucking 5-minute spot to do a review on this movie because you have to see it. It's that good.
Okay. No,
It'd be great if he comes in and he's
I'll
like,
tell you
it
what.
sucked.
I thought the preview was interesting because when I started, I'm like, wow, it's still here. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this instead. So I hit the play button, and I didn't realize it was just a preview. I'm like, oh wow, this is
I
good.
saved
And
the
then I
previews
saw,
in there so I could find the files later. It's the
well,
only
I
reason
saw
did
it. I saw the length, and there was like this much left. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
So I will watch that.
It's definitely. Have you ever seen Plan 9 from Outer Space?
No.
It's right on par.
It's
with
right
that,
on
yeah.
par with that. It's shot the same way.
Acted
Plan
the
9
same
Outer
way,
Space
yeah.
is known as one of the worst movies ever filmed.
But it's amazing.
But it's an amazing fucking movie.
Right.
So,
It's so bad, it's good. It is kind of like one of the, like if you had, a top, like a high point of what you would gauge to be one of the best, worst movies ever made, it's up there. Plan 9 from Outer Space is up there. It's hilariously bad.
That's what I took from Attack of the Gorilla.
But here, I will tell you the difference between Plan 9 and Attack of the Gorilla. Attack of the Gorilla, they were trying to make that. Plan 9, they were trying to make a good movie.
yeah.
They didn't. So there's a difference there. Plan 9 is bad with intent of being really good.
Yeah.
Which,
So,
I got not much else to say. Other
Me
than
neither.
If from what we've said, if it sounds like your cup of tea, check it out. Watch a trailer. I think you'll know immediately after the trailer whether or not it's for you. It pretty much, sums it up.
it's absolutely fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I enjoyed every minute of this movie.
Had a lot of fun with it, yeah.
Yeah, I was laughing through a lot of it. You got the because we always go back to the fucking cops, dude.
I know. Yeah.
It's just so hilarious
Yeah.
with the cops. So yeah, definitely check this out. We'll see you next time.
Triple feature.
.blogspot.com